I'm reading this from the Technical Manual TM9-726 Light Tank M3 Stewart. This is from Section 7, Painting. 27, General. A. Ordnance material is painted before issue to the using arms, and one maintenance coat per year will ordinarily be ample for protection. With but few exceptions, this material will be painted with enamel, synthetic, olive drab, lusterless. The enamel may be applied over old coats of long oil enamel and oil paint previously issued by the Ordnance Department if the old coat is in satisfactory condition for repainting. B. Paints and enamels are usually issued ready for use and are applied by brush or spray. They may be brushed on satisfactorily when used unthinned in the original package consistency, or when thinned no more than 5% by volume with thinner. The enamel will spray satisfactorily when thinned with 15% by volume of thinner. Linseed oil must not be used as a thinner since it will impart a luster not desired in this enamel. If sprayed, it dries hard enough for repainting within half hour and dries hard in 16 hours. C. Certain exceptions to the regulations concerning painting exist. Fire control instruments, sighting equipment, and other items which require a crystalline finish will not be painted with olive drab enamel. D. Complete information on painting is contained in TM9-850. 28. Preparing for painting. A. If the base coat on the material is in poor condition, it is more desirable to strip the old paint from the surface than to use sanding and touch-up methods. After stripping, it will then be necessary to apply a primer coat. B. Primer, ground synthetic, should be used on wood as a base coat for synthetic enamel. It may be applied either by brushing or spraying. It will brush satisfactorily as received, or after the addition of not more than 5% of volume by thinner. It will be dry enough to touch in 30 minutes and hard in 5 to 7 hours. For spraying, it may be thinned with not more than 15% by volume of thinner. Lacquers must not be applied to the primer, ground synthetic, within less than 48 hours. C. Primer, synthetic, rust inhibiting, for bare metal should be used on metal as a base coat. Its use and application are similar to those outlined in B above. D. The success of a job of painting depends partly on the selection of a suitable paint, but also largely upon the care used in preparing the surface prior to painting. All parts to be painted should be free from rust, dirt, grease, kerosene, oil, and alkali, and must be dry. 29. Painting metal surfaces. If metal parts are in need of cleaning, they should be washed in a liquid solution consisting of 1/2 pound of soda ash in 8 quarts of warm water, or an equivalent solution, then rinsed in clear water and wiped thoroughly dry. Wood parts in need of cleaning should be treated in the same manner, but the alkaline solution must not be left on for more than a few minutes, and the surfaces should be wiped dry as soon as they are washed. When artillery or automotive equipment is in fair condition and only marred in spots, The bad places should be touched with enamel synthetic, olive drab, lusterless, and permitted to dry. The whole surface will then be sandpapered with paper flint number 1 and a surface coat of enamel synthetic, olive drab, lusterless applied and allowed to dry thoroughly before the material is used. If the equipment is in bad condition, all parts should be thoroughly sanded with paper flint number 2 or equivalent, given a coat of primer, ground synthetic, and permitted to dry for at least 16 hours. They will then be sandpapered with paper flint number 00, wiped free from dust and dirt, and a final coat of enamel synthetic, olive drab, lusterless applied and allowed to dry thoroughly before the material is used. 30. Paint as camouflage. Camouflage is now a major consideration in painting ordnance vehicles, with rust prevention secondary. The camouflage plan at present employed utilizes 3 factors: color, gloss, and stenciling. A. Color. Vehicles are painted with enamel synthetic, olive drab, lusterless, which was chosen to blend in reasonably well with the average landscape. B. Gloss. The new lusterless enamel makes a vehicle difficult to see from the air or from relatively great distances over land. A vehicle painted with ordinary glossy paint can be detected more easily and at greater distances. C. Stenciling. White stencil numbers on vehicles have been eliminated because they can be photographed from the air. A blue drab stencil enamel is now used, which cannot be so photographed. It is illegible to the eye at distances exceeding 75 feet. D. Preserving camouflage. 1. Continued friction or rubbing must be avoided, as it will smooth the surface and produce a gloss. The vehicle should not be washed more than once a week. Care should be taken to see that the washing is done entirely with a sponge or a soft rag. The surface should never be rubbed or wiped except while wet, or a gloss will develop. I kind of goofed up. I didn't need to paint here. I just need to paint these and then glue those on. Duh. 2. It is not desirable that vehicles painted with lusterless enamel be kept as clean as vehicles were kept when glossy paint was used. A small amount of dust increases the camouflage value. Grease spots should be removed with solvent dry cleaning. Whatever portion of the spot cannot be so removed should be allowed to remain. 3. Continued friction of wax-treated tarpaulins on the sides of the vehicle will also produce a gloss, which should be removed with solvent dry cleaning. 4. Tests indicate that repainting with olive drab paint will be necessary once yearly, with blue drab paint twice yearly. So on these Academy interiors, I'm not spending any effort to make them look fantastic because, number one, there isn't the detailing there, and Mini Art is coming out with a highly detailed interior kit. So that's where I'll spend my energy. Exterior completed, although I could put some machine gun ammo boxes over here, but I think I'll save those for something else because you'll never be able to see them in here. Can I glue this shut now? Can I close this up? I don't know. So, first of all, so I managed to lose this part, which goes onto the front. That goes onto the front of this. So I've made a mold, and I've got some clear UV resin that I'm pouring into there. I've got a little infrared machine there. Anyways, now all I gotta do is hollow that out and I can use it. First off, I got some really hot water here that I had in the microwave, and I'm gonna let it soak. What we have here are, okay, this is the horn. I lost one. I wonder if I should, these are the headlights. Right. So those who've had a chance to harden up. So I'm gonna try again, but this time I'm gonna alter the part. Number one, I'm gonna take this little pin off the back of these. That'll allow me to just lay these flat and then pancake the molding stuff down. All right, here I've got them all laid out, and I'll try again. So I'm gonna heat up the part with some hot water, and I'll be right back. So this time, because they're flat, I should get a better, truer shape. So what I'm gonna do, take this stuff that's now really soft and just plop it down. All right. Okay, so taking it out of the freezer, the shape should be a lot truer because there's no distortion because it's soft. But the trick is getting these out now. All right. All right, let's try it. Oh, too much. Oh well. All right. I wonder if I should scrape that away. Probably I could do that. Yeah, that worked. All right, so after a couple of cycles, the stuff hardens up pretty quick. So there you go. You've got the lights, and they're clear, so you just have to paint the surrounding area. Whoa, just about lost that one. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So those are supposed to go, for example, supposed to go right in there. So I guess what I could do is paint the back of this silver, right? And then paint the surrounding area the green. But that's a lot better than, these are what they give you in the kit. Solid plastic. So, I don't know. It's been an improvement. Now to make this work, gotta hollow it out. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, I changed the bit. Okay, so let's check out how it fits on this one. Yeah, maybe I have to take more off there. All right, well, there you go. I'm gonna redo it because it's flawed, but I was just testing of the idea. So this has got to go down more over on this side. All right, well, I grabbed this out of the freezer. Hmm. we're going to get involved with the decals. Alright, so I've cut these as close as possible to the backing screen. Oop. And I'm using some Future to apply these. Why I'm using the future is because I don't want any silvering, but I also don't want to spray the tank with clear. I'll just use the clear on these specific places. I'll come back with the clear spray and I will try and blend those in. So even though this went pretty smoothly, I ended up having to take these decals off and choose a different set of markings. I ended up having some issues with the yellow stripe. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it just wouldn't go the way I wanted it to go. And, you know, if I were to do it today, I probably would just paint the yellow stripe. In any case, I ended up removing all of this, but I'm leaving it in just so you guys can see it. I think you need to kind of like really think about how this yellow stripe goes on, because that kind of like screwed it up for me. I just wasn't able to work it out. If I were to do it today, who knows? Maybe I would get it no problem, but with this iteration, it didn't work out. Anyways, I ended up being happy with what I did anyways, so it doesn't really matter. This is silver. I want the gunmetal. And that's a wrap for part 4 of our Academy Stuart M3A1 build. In this episode, we tackled the interior, got the turret fully assembled, and brought everything to life with some painting, both inside and out. We even took a further step by adding pigment weathering to give it that battle-worn look with accumulated dirt and grime. That really tells a story. It's amazing how a little bit of weathering can transform a model, making it feel like it's been through the thick of World War II. I'm really happy how it's coming together, and I hope you enjoy seeing the process as much as I enjoyed. It's amazing how a little bit of weathering can transform a model, making it feel like it's been through the thick of World War II. I'm really happy with how it's coming together, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the process as much as I enjoyed working on it. Next time, we'll be diving into the finer details, adding the finishing touches, and maybe some more weathering, and getting the Stuart ready for display. So stay tuned for part 5. And in the meantime, and in between time, that's another edition of Jet Scale Models. Y'all come back now, you hear?